There's a new resource for parents to have the tough conversation about drugs with their kids. KCRA 3's Lisa Gonzalez sat down with Laura Didier. She's a Placer County mother who lost her son to fentanyl poisoning.
Thanks so much for being here. You know, there's been a lot of a push to have conversations with teens about the dangers of fentanyl, but now there's a new portal called the New Drug Talk. So tell us about this new portal and how this could help parents start the conversation about fentanyl.
Absolutely. It's so important. A lot of parents aren't aware of what this new landscape is like, and so they don't feel prepared to have these conversations with their kids. So that's why we launched this portal in partnership with the California Department of Healthcare Services, and we're really proud of it because we've enlisted the help of addiction specialists and youth prevention specialists on how to craft the messaging where it will land with kids, where we can make sure parents are up to speed on what's going on and they can be an effective resource with their families.
Sounds like it's going to be a great resource. Now, Governor Newsom signed a bill into law this summer requiring schools to inform parents of the dangers of synthetic drugs like fentanyl. So how will this impact the conversation going forward?
Well, this is going to be a great resource for schools as well. In order to comply with this law, they need to have resources available for parents, and this portal is the perfect way for them to comply, share this information with parents so they can be informed about what's going on.
And because this is a national crisis, the education part is now being pushed on a national scale. So talk to us about the fentanyl awareness for children and teens in schools, or the FACTS Act as it's called, right?
Yes, I'm very excited. That was just introduced last week, and it really culminated from a lot of grassroots work. There was a family in Oregon, John and Jen Epstein, who lost their son. He was only 18. He died about just a few weeks before my son died. We got to know each other through Song for Charlie. The work that they've done up there in Oregon has been has had such a positive impact in protecting youth that their representative, Suzanne Bonamici, crafted this legislation. I was able to bring it to the attention of my representative, Kevin Kiley, and they were able to introduce it in a bipartisan way. So we're really hoping to get widespread support for that.
And what promise do you see as more legislation is passed?
Well, I think that we're going to see deaths go down for youth. So often in these youth deaths, like my son, it really is a matter of them not being informed on what this crisis is about. They're young, they're inexperienced, they're easy to deceive, and that's what's happening, especially with these counterfeit pills. They're deceptive, they're not being marketed as what they really are, and we're losing too many young people to this. So information is our first line of defense.
What do you want parents and teens to know the most?
What I want them to know the most is it can really happen to any family. And when I share my son Zach's story, it's not to say that his death is any more tragic than anybody else's death. It's just to say how quickly tragedy can happen. And if you think it can't happen to your family, you need to think again, because kids can make impulsive choices, or kids can self-medicate or experiment, and it's not the same landscape where someone can do that and move through it. You know, I mean, now one misstep and that can be it, and there's no second chances.
All right, Laura Didier, thank you so much for being here and spreading the message. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Such a courageous parent. Here's the website for the New Drug Talk Connect to Protect. You can visit the resources on songforcharlie.org/the New Drug Talk.